What? You just received the email that you are going to start the full loop? Wow, that's scary. But fear not, I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you ace it. So, for the first video, let's start with program sense. Stay with me, and you'll be alright. As you could have guessed, this interview is mostly about program management. So there are going to be a set of hypothetical questions and a set of questions based on your experience. But the main point here is that Meta wants to evaluate your ability to actually take a very abstract and ambiguous idea and then turn it into a reality. The format for the interview is going to be 45 minutes, but you already know 40 minutes are going to be for you to actually do the interview, and the other 5 minutes is going to be for you to ask questions about the company or about the role. Be prepared to answer all the questions in those 40 minutes. How many questions are going to be in this interview? Well, usually we have like between 5 and 6 questions, so you can have enough context and information for the interviewer to actually have a very good understanding of your skills when it comes to program management. And the questions you are going to get during this interview have mostly to do with risk management, prioritization, conflict resolution, stakeholder management, communication, influence, tracking, and ownership. Now, how should you prepare for this interview? The very first thing is to put together your project catalog or your matrix of projects. As I highlighted in previous videos, the first thing that should appear there is one, the name of the project, then things that went well, then things that didn't go so well, and finally the challenges and problems that you faced in each of these projects, alongside with the solutions. So how did you solve them and what did you learn out of these situations? It is important, after you have this matrix built, that you highlight those scenarios, those big challenges that you faced successfully and that are going to make you shine. Those scenarios that would make anyone tremble in fear, but you were brave enough to tackle them and solve them. Those are very important because probably those are the ones that you want to show the interviewer. As you know, the matrix is only going to have bullet points, but be prepared because you will have to be specific. Whenever the interviewer is asking you a question, you will have to provide context, and afterwards you will have to give some details about what was the situation, and finally, how did you solve the situation. Please do not provide just high-level information over these situations. Things like, yes, I had this challenge, and then I solved it with the help of the team, or I led the team in order to solve the situation by agreeing on the solution forward. So that's not gonna cut it during this interview. You have to be very specific. What did you do in order to solve the problem? What was the strategy? What was the action plan? How others collaborated with you, or how did you collaborate with others during those situations, and what was the outcome? If you have to, please mention numbers, metrics, anything that would make your answer more believable. The thing is, when you are interviewing a person, this is a matter of trust. You cannot verify all the facts and all the stuff that a candidate is telling you during the interview, but you definitely have kind of a sixth sense when it comes to identify things that are being bloated and things that are probably not the truth. So please be very concrete. The other thing is listen to the questions carefully. When I say this, remember, there are going to be two types of questions in this interview. One are based on your experience. Those usually start with, tell me about a time when, and then the actual situation. There are also going to be hypotheticals, like what would you do in this situation? So when it comes to hypotheticals, you can start with the actual strategy. And if you have an example that fits that category, please mention it to the interviewer. So you can actually send the message to the interviewer that I've already been there, man, and I solved it. So don't worry about that, I'm awesome. That's a message that you are sending whenever you are providing examples to hypotheticals. So you like all this advice? Have you liked the other videos? Well, yeah, then in that case, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications button, so you can receive more information, more valuable videos about TPM related things. And remember, be kind, be smart, have fun.